Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Hey, journeyman, journeywoman. This is the Hero's Journey with Dr. D, here to encourage, to motivate, to inspire, helping you get beyond your first move and creating a better mindset today. If you find any value in this content, how about you help me help you so we can help others by clicking subscribe, giving me a thumbs up, commenting and sharing. What you do is you help me make a better tomorrow today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And tonight, you know what it is? I have a cut with me. Tonight, tonight is a heroes recap update in Q&A. Last week I did a heroes preview update and Q&A. So pretty much this week is the end of a series of unforgiveness as it relates to anger, as it connects to rage, and ultimately connects to that of being a murderer, or as I like to title it, anger, the internal assassin. And I like to title it, anger, the internal assassin. Yeah. All right. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So tonight, you know what it is? Know what it is. What tonight is that recap. And what the recap is will consist of me generally giving you a summary about how much kind of consolidate the series for the most part and tell you little tidbits about the different videos, but in just small micro nuggets. I will give you small tidbits, and I will end with the feature video that we did post up earlier. All right. So what we started with, let me first of all, I will put, where is my, all right, Philip, I'm gonna put the link into the comment section. And I'll put this link in the comment section. And then when we get to the Q&A, then please, by all means, come in the back room so I can put you on. And if you choose not to show your lovely face, let me hear your voice, because the voice can helps as well with the interaction about the subject matter at hand. All right. First, we start out with all right. First, we start off with unforgiveness. I did 5 stages for unforgiveness, and for those who have not seen them, please go back and look at the previous videos. 5 stages. I started with frustration. Frustration leads to resentment. Resentment leads to bitterness, or in my video, I said the root of bitterness, and then that rolls over to rage. Rage, and that is the thing that catalyst is a slippery slope that slopes upwards and actually encourages that of being a murderer, which I title anger, the internal assassin. And I did a couple of videos. I did a video on the root of bitterness. I did a video on rage, and I did a video on anger being the internal assassin. And I did some interventions. And the previous week, and then I follow up some more interventions. And interventions I did follow up with, which was the feature video today or this week, was anger being the internal assassin, the thing that eats you from the inside out. I said how these are the interventions that can prevent you from allowing um, the visitor or the intruder to invade your space and take your life for the most part. It may not come suddenly, it may not come right away, but generally it happens. It comes, and I can't say it's unaware. People are unaware of it. They're just unaware of the outcome that the unforgiveness and anger does. when it gets to that level. Now, when I talked about, but this week I talked about some psychological effects of interventions, um, psychological effects, environmental and relational. And as I explained in the videos, I talked about how you can be some people just like being angry, and some people like to, and they don't have to get that way. They don't have to feed into the hype of taking themselves to a certain level. They can create. You have to come to terms with what would how the situation and still live my best life. And how long would it take for me to live my best life? And you can assess that, and you can attain that in your own skin and with your own ability. But some people take a little longer than others, but it can be done. And realizing that you only have one life to live, I would caution you to live it carefully and live it on purpose. Don't live somebody else's life in reactionary mode, but live life on purpose. And so so you have so the summary. So pretty much, I hit a couple points about how things affect your amygdala, and then people go outside of their wise mind into their emotional mind. And your emotional mind is a mind that's always led with a feeling instead of a cognitive structure. Is always led to react instead of responding, meaning something affects you, you go off the deep end, and you do not know how to control yourself. For instance, I would say I have children, and I do, and my children are in the midst of adolescence. I would say that it's so important to stabilize uh, the hormones at that different level, and Twinkies, Twinkies and cupcakes don't do it, but exercise does. Also, often people are putting the children on medication instead of taking them for a run and giving them a salad. It be a, See, you have to understand the gut health and the exercise are very important in stabilizing your hormones, which affects your amygdala, and which affects you and how you react to respond somebody in kind. And your in kind is not kindness, but sometimes it's rudeness, abrupt. And because you cannot stabilize those emotions, and you can, but you choose not, or you do not know how. Um, I have my son actually doing wrestling, because I realized that wrestling, just like any other intense physical exercise, not any other, but there are specific ones which I would not name, that allow you to actually to do deep breathing, and move different elements of your body, and to fluctuate to stabilize the hormone, or more importantly, to stabilize your amygdala. And your amygdala is a place where houses the emotions and keeps you stable. But when you're in a certain time of life, and for women, it's certain time of the month, but for children, you go into adolescence, it's a certain time of life, and that the hormones are it's an influx of hormones that the body and mind has never seen before, and the difficulty is in stabilizing this. It's stabilizing this. So, what uh, sports like wrestling does, it actually helps oxygen to flood into your body to stabilize your cognitive, your cortex. And that's just generally on that one. And so the whole essence of important point in saying that is that is important to act in your wise mind versus in your emotional mind. And to another intervention would get a certain environment that makes it conducive for you to relax and relax, relate, release, or keep things calm. And when you keep things calm, then you can pull yourself in. All right, all right, all right. Who's in the back room? in the back room. I got the link in. Please put something in the comment section. If you're having difficulties getting on, I put the link into the comment section. So please, by all means, get in the back room so let's have a discussion about the feature video. And also, don't hesitate. Go ahead and put to the individuals come on. First, my format is that if I get chats, if I get a response, I get questions in the chat. Go ahead and put the questions down. I'll respond to the answer the questions in the chat, as well as begin to bring people on who are in the back room, so we can start this discussion. All right. Oh, okay. Ooh. All right. Link should be in. Link should be on now. Do you see it now? All right. Oh, Renee, you said there's no link? Copy the link, then put another link in. All right. That's the link. I'll put another link in there. You got it? Should be popping on. Hey, my color right. Good evening. Hoorah! To me, how's the group? How's the group tonight? Could you please expound on that question, Philip? Oh, that's a general question. Well, I'm doing fine. How are you? Renee, you should see the link right now. Anybody coming on? Oh, there you go. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and clap. All right. You blew a horn for you, everything.
Journeyman and journeywoman.
All right. Good evening, fellow road warrior.
Journeyman and journeywoman.
Can you hear me? Renee?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
Can you hear the medulla?
Medulla?
Yeah.
And clap your hands is Tito. You not Tito? The Tito's on? No, I ain't no Tito. Tito ain't no. Oh, I guess that was Phil saying, clap your hand, it's Tito. Okay. Clap your hands, okay? All right. Okay. Let's get to it. Renee, I'm saying, Phil, I'm surprised, no questions, huh? No comment. Let me see. Let me go down. Usually Phil will have a comment. Clap your hand. It's Tito. You funny. All right. Okay. So since it's okay, Renee, hello. That's funny. Hello, Johnny Manager. I want you to help me help you to help my.
What? Well,
You read it. You read it.
yeah, I read it. Okay.
Help me to help you. Help my bank account. Yeah. Yeah. Write me. Just write a withdrawal slip. Right on the back of it, how much you want me to take out your account.
Make sure you don't write on the paper. Be discreet.
Right. And definitely make sure it's not in Georgia.
Yeah. In fact, don't hand no notes. Don't do no notes. Just give it a withdrawal slip and act on.
Yeah, and it'd be good to put that light cream on your face.
Yeah, and still don't give no notes.
You still no notes. Well,
Yeah,
don't write on top of the receipt.
don't do that. That's gonna work against you.
Yeah. All right. Oh, so Renee, did you see the feature video, sir?
Yes, I did. The one with the 3 letters of the alphabet, right?
Oh, they said 4-letter word, Lord. Yeah.
No. Yeah, I saw it
Okay.
today.
Okay. Talk to me about it. What you think?
On point. I could definitely relate to when you said ask yourself why you're angry. That's something I've been doing more often when I find myself getting upset about something, especially people's behavior towards me.
Right.
I ask myself like, why is it upsetting me? And sometimes I realize it's just my ego. And then when I realize that I'm able to like, in a sense, like calm down and be like, okay, no big deal. It's just my ego. So yeah, I can definitely, I can relate to that part.
Yeah. I think I don't think I stayed in the video, but it's like developing a distance. Shit, I can't read on here, right? Distress tolerance. Distant tolerance skills to help you. Your tolerance skills. You got to develop tolerance skills to kind of help you, or like I stated before, help your weak mind out. And your weak mind is your emotional mind. And it's weak because it's reactionary. You're not responding. You're not taking time to process. You just instead of your wise mind allows you to. Wise mind indicates it. Just a simple word wise. It actually takes thought, not reaction. It takes thought to work in your wise mind, and some people don't want to take the time to think. Like you said, it's your ego because it's impulsive, and you can actually stabilize your impulses by understanding what's your triggers. Yeah, you got to observe. The structure. Yeah, you got to observe your areas, observe the situations, and if you got to observe them, then you know what ticks you off. You know what you don't like. You know what smells bad. You know what looks bad. You know how you feel when you walk in a room and you're not wanted. All eyes on me and not in a positive way. Yeah, so it's a short visit.
Yeah.
Short visit. Yeah. All right. Anybody else or anything else from the video? Let me see. Good evening. Good evening. How's the group tonight? I'm good. Clap your hands. Feels begging for money. All right. We have none of that. It feels begging for money. All right. Bless the Lord. Everybody here, we're going to pray for Phil. While we watch between me and thee, while we absent one to another. Yes, sir. Amen. It's done.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, what is you get from the video? I guess you talked about the cognitive, the environmental, and the relational.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was.
As far as the intervention, you think what?
Yeah, like I said, that thinking. It's amazing how sometimes when you think, when you assess the environment and see what's actually true and what's not, usually that time to think usually is a time where you, well, at least for me, where you calm down.
Right.
You know, when you react quickly and you don't think, it's too late. It just explodes out. But sometimes you take a deep breath and just go, well, let's relax, and well, why am I upset right now? I find that actually often calms me.
Mm. And also, you found that if you put in context, how was it? You have a 6 month goal or goal. Say, how would this get me further toward my goal, or prevent me from getting my goal at all?
Hmm.
If I just go, just have cock off the side this dude's head. If I just, yeah, would this be well? Would I feel good about hitting him and
Hmm.
going to jail and losing my
Yeah.
job? Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it be worth
I was,
that?
yeah, I was reading the a chapter in the book of Proverbs, and I remember it said, "The fool is emotional, but the wise man um, is in control of his emotions." Like
That's
um,
good.
yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I think another scripture, John 1:19, be quick to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to be angry.
Mhm. I mean, yeah, he's right. He's right. It does feel good for a moment, but then afterwards, you're like, "Oh man, what did I do?" Yeah. Tito said
Tito,
it feels good for a moment. Yeah, he's right. But afterwards, you're like, "Oh, that was a mistake." you know.
yeah, you go and hit him and say hoorah, and then and then you see click click. Oh snap! There go my pension. There go my pension.
you know.
Okay, so who wanted to? Phil wanted to quote. Let's see what Phil wrote down. Let's put it on the screen. Phil said that
Oh, you found it. Okay.
yeah, a fool expresses all his emotions, but a wise person controls them. International Standard Version: the fool wants no fool vents all his feelings, but the wise person keeps them to himself. Come on, somebody.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, he needs a. Okay, we're gonna get a horn on that one. Come on, come on. All right. Yes, sir. And a
Wow.
hip gap. And a cheer. And a drum beat.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's that's a good one.
that is good. That is, a fool expresses all his emotions. It just puts everything out there. But a wise person controls them. The fool vents all his feelings, but the wise person keeps them to himself. 'Cause how would it serve? What would it serve? What purpose? Tito said, let me see. Tito said, until they exploded because they can't take it no more.
Yeah, well, I guess the idea is not to have a build up, right?
Right.
Just because you're not expressing it does not necessarily mean it should be pent up inside that you find another way of releasing it. Yeah.
Exactly. And I've said that before in previous videos. Said you would think that the person that doesn't cuss you out or call you everything but a child of God, kick you, hitting, always fighting, you would think that person, oh, they never get angry. Oh no, that's a furnace. That's a furnace about to be a coal mine. Was coal mine? Was yeah, yeah. Like you thought they probably people probably thought those kids at the high school was never angry,
Mm.
but they're suppressed, right? And depressed is nothing but anger internalized. They never released it except with shells.
Mm.
Yeah, they released it with shells. Stuff
Yeah.
they've been holding for years and years and years. They never expressed it, never talked about it, never dealt with it. But they released it with shells. And a lot of people died because they didn't know how to manage their anger or deal with it. You got to deal with it. It's not energy doesn't go anywhere, and they just projected all their pain. I think the same thing goes with a person who's if you're in an abusive relationship, and generally, I believe this. I think this that the person's always fighting and hitting the person, especially when you get a spousal. They really, and then they apologize afterwards. They're they're beating up the other person because they're beating up themselves. But who really wants to beat themselves up? But then they look at what they've done. Oh, baby, no, I'm sorry, because they're projecting that pain.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, it's like the disinhibitor is the alcohol. They get the alcohol, and it opens up everything comes out. And say, baby, no, I never. They treat them everything else because they see the damage that they did, but they didn't really want to hurt the person. They really didn't. They really wanted to hurt themselves, but not really. It's the pain that they couldn't deal with, and so they had to get it out. And until you deal with it, it's always gonna come up. And we have to face what keeps us behind. Yeah, face what keeps us behind. However, but Phil don't believe that Phil believes that you just wop like Charlie Brown. He said wop like Charlie Brown.
Like
I
the
don't think
teacher.
I don't think I ever recall wop like Charlie Brown on a Charlie Brown episode.
He's talking about the teacher.
Womp 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 womp. It's womp
Yeah.
womp womp womp
Yeah,
womp
yeah.
womp womp.
He's talking about the adult. All the adults were always making, those intermediary sounds.
Is that because they got beat down?
No, I think it's because the show was for kids. So the only thing that mattered with the Peanuts was the kids, not the adults.
Like SpongeBob is for kids,
It's
And Beavis-
SpongeBob for kids.
and Beavis and Butthead for kids.
No, Beavis and Butthead. I don't think it's for kids. No.
I think that was for teens, Beavis and
Yeah.
Butthead.
Yeah.
SpongeBob, you have to watch it because
cussing.
some of the stuff you might not want your 6 or 7-year-old watching on SpongeBob that they do and say.
Yeah, it's subtle suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a full.
Somebody phone buzzing.
Somebody phone, Renee.
Full movie, SpongeBob movie.
Whose phone? Somebody's alarm.
I don't have alarm going.
Renee?
Oops. I keep putting my wife and my oldest daughter in the picture.
Hmm.
In the background.
What happened? Who cut it off? His
Mhm.
alarm.
Oh, did you hear the sound?
Renee, you on that wacky tobacco again?
No, somebody.
You realize it was your alarm again?
No, I'm on my cell. I'm on this on my cell phone, and somebody called me.
Oh, okay.
That's the
Yeah.
sound we was talking
That's
about.
the sound
Renee.
we're talking about.
No, it wasn't. What? It was a womp womp womp. What are you talking? What sound? Oh, the alarm sound. The alarm sound. Yeah. Oh, okay. 'Cause remember, I couldn't see you or hear you.
Mm.
No, I couldn't see you or hear you. Like it froze over here.
I hear some Afro man playing in your background.
Here? No,
Yeah.
not here.
Yeah,
There's no music here.
yeah. You didn't realize it because you got high.
at, at any rate, there's no music playing here.
We know this, Renee, but you just not realizing that.
Whatever.
Just play it.
Look at my dog.
I hear music in the air.
Getting back to the internal assassin.
Right. Okay, so
Go ahead.
okay, so T, did you see the video?
No, I did not see the video. I started watching it and I got sidetracked. I'm just getting home.
Oh, that's a long night.
Yeah,
It's a long night. Okay, so wacky tobacco.
but it's okay. I'm Superman.
You just
I heard
getting
they're
home.
trying to make a black Superman.
Uh,
Why? Don't we have enough racism in this world?
And he gonna have a gay son.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Make it stop.
Yeah,
Make it stop.
that's why I hear the great line. Now, how valid it is, I don't know. Yeah. Is it okay? Now Phil said he watched the Ryan Coogler video. Has anybody saw the Ryan Coogler video?
Who's Ryan Coogler? Who's Ryan Coogler? Oh, the director of Wakanda, not Wakanda.
Yeah.
The director of
Black Panther.
Black Panther. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he had the situation that something that would cause an internal assassin come up. What y'all think about his situation in total as far as anger as it relates to it?
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment.
Well, can you comment on what you heard though?
Yeah, I think he just made. I think it's a big misunderstanding. I get the other side. I don't think I would hand a note to a bank teller with my withdrawal slip.
It wasn't a note. It wasn't a withdrawal slip.
Yeah, no, he handed from what I read, he handed both. He gave her the withdrawal slip with a note saying to give the money discreetly. And remember, people need to remember, regardless of who you are, I don't think the woman was like, "Oh, this is the director of Black Panther." She just saw it probably and saw a note and probably just reacted wrong. Like, you don't want to hand a bank teller a note.
I did a video on this.
Yeah, I know, I saw it. Yeah, I saw the video. I think
he handed a note with his withdrawal slip, and she panicked.
Yes.
She told the supervisor. I think the supervisor one that made the call though, because she would. Yeah, he gave it. I thought it's withdrawal slip, and he wrote on the back of the withdrawal slip.
Yeah, but to make a withdrawal, he either had to put in his ATM card
and his ID,
or he had to show an ID. So.
No, okay, we need to go. My understanding, he gave her the withdrawal slip with a note. The note said, because he was taking, I guess he was taking out a big amount of money, like $12,000, whatever. Yeah. And he wanted her to be, which I get it. I just think the way, if somebody doesn't, I just think personally, we're talking about a bank teller here. Banks do get robbed. I think there's probably I don't know. I don't think I wouldn't hand a bank teller a note. That's just me.
So are you saying he's wrong?
No, I'm saying I understand the misunderstanding.
Of him being put in handcuffs.
Yeah, all of it. I think it was just.
You understand that a man came with his ID and put his information on the withdrawal slip,
right?
And wrote a note on the back of the withdrawal slip and gave it to the. I would understand her saying, He asked for cash. I'm not okay. I don't know if it's okay. Let me ask my supervisor.
Yeah, Byron, you're thinking like a man in your room. I'm thinking, trying to see from the perspective of a bank teller. I've known bank tellers, and I've known bank tellers that were robbed. No, not that. I know banks because a bank back in North Carolina where I lived, that bank there, that First Citizen was robbed, and so from that perspective, I'm saying I can understand someone being a little panicky. I just don't think it's a good.
What you think,
I don't
Tim?
think it's a. What'd
I
you say?
have a question. Okay, one, do he usually frequent that bank? Is that the normal bank he used? Also, was the bank teller a new teller? What was their skin complexion? You know, and see, and how was he dressed when he went in there? I'm not, I'm just asking questions because if it's a bank that he normally go to, he should have been kind of like recognized. And then if it's not a bank that he's normally going to, I can I'm with you on that, Renee. I can kind of understand the confusion. I would be pissed, but I do kind of understand the confusion. Sometimes you have to look at the overall picture and try to get everything in what people mindset. You know, the bank teller could have been innocently. I'm tongue tied. Could have been innocent in their reaction, thinking that some was going on. So I do understand that point of view. But as a customer, and if I go to my bank tomorrow and say, "Hey, I want to withdraw $10,000," and I'm like you, Renee. I probably wouldn't pass a note, but I'll be like, "Hey, can you keep it down? Can you, because I didn't, when I was working for the at the doctor's office and I had to make deposits, I didn't want to be walking out the doctor's office with a bank bag." So you don't want to cause attention because people watch people come out the bank with bank bags just to rob them when they get at a different location as soon as they get the opportunity. So I understand both sides of what's going on from what y'all just given me. Do I agree with everything? No, I don't, because I'm on the fence with it. It could have went either way without interviewing the lady and not interviewing him, and being there and just actually kind of know exactly what's going on and what was the mindset. If she was innocent and she didn't do it with no prejudice at all, like, oh, there's a black guy and he's getting $10,000 out of the bank or $12,000 out of the bank and he passed me a note, so it may not be his money, he's trying to rob me. But then at the same time, common sense prevail. If I know in my bank you use your ATM card and you don't even have to show ID, so you got to put in your PIN and it's no questions asked. Now, if he did that and all of that, you kind of recording the transaction unless you thought it wasn't his account at all. You know what I mean? Like, he got a hold of somebody bank card, but then she could ask, "Could I see your ID along with this?"
Right, yeah.
Because of the amount of your transaction, I need to see a ID also. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, that's I'm saying what you're saying, Tito. We need more information. I think a lot of people are having a strong reaction because he's the director of the Black Panther. And people need to realize a lot of people don't know who you are. So they were assuming, oh, here comes this man, and no, look, we don't know what was in the woman's heart. I'm just saying, like you, Tito, we would need to have more facts before we come to any grand conclusions. I personally think this is just me. Let me put it this way. I don't ever see me handing a note to a bank teller. I just think that's a bad idea. But you're right. She didn't handle it. She could have handled it better, but she doesn't know who she is. This man has her note. Maybe she, like you said, maybe she thought, oh, he's taking out this really large amount of money, right? Maybe he stole someone's ID. Maybe, who knows? We don't know. I'm just saying, like, we need more information.
All right, y'all got this? Y'all see me now?
Yeah, we see you.
I see you throwing it up, but just like Renee said, she probably didn't know.
You see the video?
It's looping. It's looping. So it's not loaded yet. I can see your what you call it. But like Renee said, she probably didn't know he was the director. Like, think about it. Right now, you didn't know I was Superman until I wore the shirt.
Put your hand behind your back. Got it.
You see it?
Got it.
Yeah.
Is there any reason y'all doing this, bro? Give me 1 second. Hold on. No, sir. Hey, 204, whatever you say. Fellas, I really should do it, man. I mean, what's going on, my man? Trying to put money on my own. You said what? Yeah, what's up? This your phone? Yeah, sure.
Good job, man.
What's the velocity gonna go out?
Just hang tight right there. I'm gonna talk to you from.
Just one shake, bro.
So what?
Just one shake. Somebody take my glasses off my face. I'm gonna have a panic attack, bro.
I got you. You need some air?
I mean, I gotta be honest with you, man. I just can't believe this, man. Is that my family's baby nurse? Y'all have her detained right now?
Who? Sit here.
The baby nurse, the Filipino woman that was in the back seat. Y'all have her detained right now?
Yes, she's being detained at this point. All right. Can you, did the officers explain what's going on while we're out here?
Not really, man.
All right, so we got a call based.
I heard somebody ask me if I passed a note.
Yeah.
This might have been one of these dudes with.
So basically, we got a call, and from what we got the call, it seems like someone was trying to rob the bank. Something about you passing a note to the teller, something to that effect. Can you just tell me what's going on? Or?
Yeah, bro. It's a medical assistant that works in my house that prefers to be paid in cash. Every time I make a withdrawal to pay her, you know, because it's a large amount, she works a lot.
Yeah.
You know, if I don't write down on a note how much I want out, and then I don't want it ran through the money counter right there at the desk, the whole bank ends up looking at me because they just hear the money going through the account, and I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe getting money out like that. So every time I go to withdraw it, you know, I put the amount, the account I want it taken out of, and then I put my own card in, and then they usually take me that like always just get the money from me. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I don't understand.
So
what's
you well, that's like I said, that's the reason why we're out here, and that's the reason why we detained everybody, because we didn't know exactly what was going on. So you make.
But I was trying, but I mean, I gotta be honest with you, man. Y'all never asked me.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we in those situations.
Y'all just left it down on me. You know what I'm saying?
Where's your ID? In this pocket? Is the ID in this pocket?
Just hang tight.
Oh, just one sec, bro.
Sir, so the reason that we don't.
Obviously. Just give me a sec, man.
I got you.
Okay, do you need to get some fresh air? You need to take the mask off for a second to get some fresh air? Okay.
I got a 5-month-old baby at home. I don't want to take my mask off, bro.
Yeah, I understand.
So I'm just trying to manage my emotions right now.
I understand. So, like I was about to tell you, the reason we don't come out and unfortunately, the seriousness of the call doesn't allow us to.
Officer, let me ask you a question, sir.
Yes, sir.
You talking to me right now, and I'm cuffed in the back of the car.
Yeah.
My team's driver is cuffed.
Yeah.
I imagine in the back of the car.
Yeah.
And my baby nurse that takes care of my baby is cuffed in the back of the car.
Yeah.
Is there any reason we can have this conversation once you get these cuffs off everybody?
Yeah.
We like to be treated like standing members of society. Is there any reason for that, bro?
No, that's fine. We'll go ahead and get you out of handcuffs.
I'd love to have this conversation with you, man.
I got you. While they're getting you guys out of handcuffs, hold up.
I stated to the officers that arrested me that had their Glocks out.
Yeah.
That I was pulling money on my own account.
I understand.
I put my own bank card in there before the lady went in the back. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So we have to confirm that. You gotta understand. We don't come out because of the seriousness of the call. We don't just come out, and unfortunately, in a situation like that, we don't get the benefit of the doubt. We detain and then we ask questions later. That's exactly what I went inside for. You can take them out. The other people that are handcuffed.
Yeah, I got it.
So that's why.
All right. Okay. So what y'all think? Now I think the cops did the right thing.
To me, they was very professional. To me,
they're very professional
because they wasn't like clowning with them. They wasn't like yelling disrespectful. And at least that part of the video that we just saw. Now we would need to see the actual transaction, the teller, and all of that. You know, and we can't judge without having that other facts, we can't judge the video. We only seeing the aftermath of what's going on. I think the cops was decent in there.
Yeah.
At least the cops that was outside talking to him on that portion.
Based on that call, that's what they had to do. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed to me like it's just one of those things. It's unfortunate, but it happened. But they all seemed. I think they all handled it well. He was pretty calm. They were pretty calm.
And
you
they
know,
took the handcuffs off him.
Yeah, took the handcuffs off him. You know, that's it.
He said the other one pulled the lock out. So, but if I have an 8 and I'm pulling money out the account, if I got 8, look at my ID.
Yeah,
First,
it sounds
you
like
get the wallet.
Yeah, but Byron, we need to just keep it in perspective. You're at a bank and you hand the bank teller a note. You're speaking from a calm position of where you are now. I'm saying a woman in that position, we don't know what experience she's had, what type of fear is in her heart. You see what I'm saying? All I'm saying is I think the whole thing is legit. She probably got scared, supervisor got scared, cops came in, they thinking somebody robbing her, so they gonna come in like probably adrenaline pumping, like okay, we're about to go down. I think I think people are blowing this out of proportion.
Okay, I understand her concern. You go to supervisor,
Or maybe the supervisor's just as scared as she is. Once again, you're thinking like yeah, you're right. So if you were the supervisor, you would probably do that. But the supervisor, who knows? Maybe he was just as scared as she was. Like, when somebody gave me a note, like, like, oh,
but they gave me a note with my account information.
Yeah, but Byron, people steal identities, all types of things like that. Identity is very common. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think, the portion that I just read from Bill, and he did say in the video, I gave my ATM card and I gave my ID. That should have been some kind of like, ding, 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 ding. This guy, you looking at my ID, oh, this is me. It's a legit ID. This is me, this is my card. And you still thinking that I'm trying to rob my own account when I gave you my account number. So
but Tito, think about that time of
she
stress.
she need more training, or they need more training.
And the bank manager. If you can look at my ID and think I'm robbing the bank.
Yeah, but once again, think about it in a stress situation. You know, once you're afraid or once you're in that moment, all that solid reasoning goes out the window. You're just like, oh my God, this dude might be. Now you're not thinking clearly like a calm person walking on the street.
And that's true. That is so true. And like I said, I can play both sides. I understand the whole situation. But I do know that they need more training.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
because she shouldn't be panicking. And he should have been calm. Well, like, yo,
you're right. I agree. Yeah.
He gave you an ID. He gave you an ID. It was his ID. It was his.
Right.
And you don't worry about it. He probably just want to be private. People do that because we get wrong. I didn't even see the video when I was talking about watch people with bank bags. And I used to hate them. I'm dropping out the bank bags. I'd throw it in the back. But I wouldn't walk out with a bank bag because, people watch places. Target has nothing no good. Watch places where people go do large deposits, especially banks. They know business. Every business has eventually do a deposit because all your transactions are not credit card.
Yeah.
So you do have cash transactions, and you have people that watch and wait on you to come outside, or wait on you or when they can get the drop, or they can watch you like, oh, this guy got a construction company. Oh, he coming out the bank with a big bag. They watching you. Guess what? When they get you in the area, they're gonna get the drop on you and take. So I understand that from his perspective of wanting it private, but they need more training, because if he did ID, bank card ID, because that was the second confirmation, and if he wasn't acting out some kind of way, why did we take it to that next level?
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
I think
it
the
should have
bank
been like,
manager should have
yo,
been
Right.
he came in here calmly.
Everybody can't be scared.
He passed his
Right.
bank card. I asked for ID. He gave ID. He didn't say he had a weapon. He didn't even hint. You know, from my understanding, it don't look like he said he had a weapon. Why? Because he was trying to make a legit withdrawal. Because usually, from everything I know, and you know, usually about, I'm not an expert because I'm not a bank robber. They usually suggest they got a weapon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's usually you
Allegedly.
suggested.
Now, did you see his reaction in the police car? How he got a little and he was stuck. You know, that might have triggered her also. That his behavior was a little like, you know, that's probably just his personality. Yeah, that might be just his personality, but his I think the bank manager, if she had come, I think the telecoms used to, hey, this man, I look at it, I go, okay, I have a few words with him, sir. Okay, fine. And let's be honest, there's a lot of bank tellers this wouldn't have happened at all. You want to know why? I don't care. Like, hey, click here. And then, you know what I mean? There are a lot of bank tellers like, you know, oh well, yeah.
But why wouldn't it say click? Because he gave him the account number and ID.
Yeah, but you know, like I remember I was at this department
And
store.
IDs have pictures on it now.
Yeah.
They have. They okay. Let me see. Can you take the glasses off, sir, so I can see your face? Okay, it's you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're just different kind of. I think it was unfortunate. It happened. I just don't think it's the big deal people trying to make it out of. It happened. Listen, it happened to me. The bank teller. Now, in my case, the bank teller pushed the button.
I believe that.
Okay, whatever. He pushed the button.
I wouldn't even let you in, Renee. I would have locked the doors when I saw you coming towards the door.
Anyway, I'm trying, but look, anyway, she pushed the button on me. The police came.
I'm like, go back over the border.
But anyway,
Look
the
at him eyes.
police
He up to
came,
something.
and the teller told no, he made a deposit, so it was squashed. I didn't go into like, you know, oh no, yeah, it happened to me. Okay, I get it.
Did you get handcuffed?
No, because when the police came to me, they're like, hey, hello, sir, how you? The bank teller was like, he's okay, he just made a deposit. And then he went and talked to her. Huh?
Why did she push the button?
Say what?
Why did she push the button?
Probably because I think it was just my behavior. It scared her. Huh? It scared her. And so she pushed the button. But by the time the cops came, I had made a deposit. So she saw, oh, this guy, okay, he's okay. So when the cops came to the bank and they approached me, she said the bank teller called out to him, no, he's okay. He made a deposit. The cop went over and talked to her, and then they left.
Renee, what was you doing that caused her to
doing?
even think that you was a threat? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
What did you have a stocking cap on? What?
No, I was doing major financial calculations in my mind, so I zoned out for a little bit.
Oh, you forgot to take off your ski mask before you went in.
No, there was no ski mask.
Pantyhose.
There's no ski mask.
It's pantyhose.
No, at any rate. So, yeah, so that's what happened. But I'm sure he's okay. I'm sure he's okay.
Phil got a question. Phil said, he said, let's take a poll. He said, how many of you guys think Bank of America paid him back all that money he took out?
I don't think they did. I think they probably reprimanded the the teller and the manager on duty, whoever
Yeah.
made the call.
Yeah. Why would they pay him back?
Yeah.
Brian,
I
you tired? Can you stop yawning?
Excuse me?
Nothing.
You can't,
Yeah.
you can't
What
see
was
that.
you
Your
saying?
eyes ain't open.
What?
You can't see that. Your eyes ain't open. How you see that?
Yeah,
That's a magic
I
trick.
saw it. I see it all. Okay,
Uh,
but yeah, so who's gonna be the king of Wakanda in Black Panther 2? That's another question.
Phil accent?
I think it should be Idris Elba.
Well, nah. They think they're doing they're doing more about they're showcasing Wakanda more so than the king.
Other characters in it.
Yeah, other characters. But Phil said the
PR
Bank of America
Nightmare.
stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
No,
Definitely.
they paid him. No, he got paid. He got paid. Only reason it's out now because it's public information. It would have been out when it happened. It happened like in January.
Oh, this thing with the thing happened in January.
And it just happened, but it's public records now.
Oh, they paid him. Why? He sued them?
No, but just the PR.
Oh, okay.
I mean, just
Yeah,
I wouldn't bank here. Oh, they did this to me. Da. He could say, and the platform he has, he could did a movie
Yeah, that's true.
based on real facts.
No,
Yeah.
look, no, Banking While Black, the movie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah. Like I say, and they were like, let me see.
Yeah.
Banking While Black, the movie.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah, but that's wow. I usually try to watch and have an understanding and just don't always, because sometimes people give you a sound bite or a piece of a video and not you don't have the backstory, and without the backstory or not even the backstory, the facts, you don't have all the facts to really to make a decision, and that's what's wrong. Sometimes people throw a little snippet out there on the internet and it go around enough, or Facebook or wherever, however they putting it out there, and people start biting. Enough people do a comment, then it becomes true. The old joke: if it's on the internet, it gotta be true.
Yeah.
Hey, Praise your no, hey, Renee, your picture. Okay,
My what?
it's all fuzzy.
Oh, it's not on my part. I just
No.
Oh, is smoke getting to you too?
Oh man. Hey, Tito, this is probably the most I've seen Renee's eyes. I actually saw the white of his eyes.
Yeah. Because right now
I'm not gonna.
he feeling some type of way. That opened up an old wound. That what we was talking about
No.
when he had the police come up on him in the bank.
It's right.
Yeah.
What's up,
I
SA?
But
What's up, SA?
But overall, I think that overall it went. I like the fact that everyone pretty much stayed calm. I think that was a good thing.
Man, he had a 5-month-old baby. He couldn't afford to die.
Yeah, that's true. Now think if more people would think that way, how different it would be.
It'd still be dead, but still,
No, think if more people if they thought that way.
George Floyd.
Huh? George Floyd? What are you talking about?
What you say, Tito?
That speaks to the caliber of person that he is.
Yeah.
Because he stayed calm and he was able to articulate and talk to people calmly without going off. Most of us would have made a scene.
Right. And which just makes it worse.
Exactly. But he was calm. The cops was calm. And I mean, everybody was calm in the situation, and that just helped de-escalate what was going on.
Yeah.
Because he had every right to be upset and to clown. But he kept his composure, stayed calm, and I think if it's more interactions like that, the better the outcome.
Yeah,
But
I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
some people get hyped up, and some people, when they're in that situation, either they don't know how they so upset that they can't stay calm, or they just or they just loudmouth, or like, oh, look at me, they doing me wrong, or
Yeah.
whatever, other
Like-
than
Like it's a television show.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like it's Call of Duty and you don't get another life.
Right.
Yeah. I had a cop pull me over once and gave me all those tests and everything. I passed. And afterwards, he said to me, "Thank you for being so cooperative." I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I don't have any reason. Like you said, it's just going to make it worse. Oh, I know my rights. Why are you pulling me over? Oh, this and that." No, that just makes it worse. I just did everything he asked me to do.
Yeah.
I don't even drink. I don't even drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't marijuana, nothing. I just did what he told me to do. I took the test, walked the line, did the pin, and afterwards he's like, "Okay." And he said, "Thank you for being so cooperative." And they let me go.
Yeah.
End the story. That's it. But what people don't understand is when you get hyped, when your ego, and you, Byron, could probably speak to this, your ego
Dr.
will
Daniel,
be
Dr.
their
D.
ego.
Boy, I'm gonna cut you off.
I
Dr. D.
said Dr. D. I said Dr.
No, you call him by his first
Dr.
name.
D. I
First
apologize.
name.
You, Dr. D, could testify to this. Your ego just activates their ego, and now it becomes a testosterone contest. It's now it's a who's the bigger and the badder one. Sometimes the Bible says a soft answer turneth away wrath. So as much as you can, just stay calm, relax, take it easy, just cooperate, and things will go better.
Yeah. Well,
It all
Phil says,
comes with understanding, because
right.
it's like I have been profiled before, and this was some years ago, and I was a little bit younger, not in a nice vehicle, and out of state tax at the time, and I was deep down south, and I got pulled over twice in 1 week. And the first time they claimed they pulled me over, they couldn't see what state my tags are from. It doesn't matter if I'm on the interstate in that state. It doesn't matter. I could be passing through. The next time that week I got pulled over, I was coming off the interstate, hit the service road, and I was on one of the side on the service road, and I came to a stop sign, and the police went past, and I turned the opposite way, and it's just kind of how he slowed up and looked as he was passing, and he turned around. I was like, I'm about to get pulled over, and I had one of my kids in the car with me. He pulled me over. And then I was like, what's the problem, Mr. Officer? He said, license and registration. So I pull out my license. I pull out my military ID and my proof of insurance and stuff like that. And I gave it to him. He ran the stuff and everything came back clean. And then I was like, why did you pull me over? He told me it was a car fitting my car's description. Somebody was out there robbing people, and my car fit the description of it. And I was like, what? Now, keep in mind, my car at this time was custom. I had aftermarket wheels on it and everything. And I kind of went off on him. And I felt like I had every right to go off, because that's the second time that week I got pulled over because of my car. And his excuse was weak. If you thought I was robbing somebody, or my car I had something to do with it, you wouldn't have walked up on my car asking me for license and registration. Mm-hmm. You would have been more. You would have had your hand on your gun, draw it. What you thought you had was a drug dealer.
Right.
So I went off. If he would have gave me a more legitimate excuse, then my car fit the description. Because I told him, I said, if I was gonna rob somebody, I'd be in a Honda Accord or Toyota Camry or something that looked plain, not something
Right,
you
not
can
flashy.
identify easily.
Right.
It was this color car with some wheels on it. Come on, I'm stupid. And then the other part was, you didn't even come up to me drawing. If I was robbing people, that means I'm doing violent offenses. But you, by yourself, you didn't even pull your weapon, no backup. You didn't keep me detained and then get out the car. You know, you would have sat there in the car, detained, with backup coming, but you didn't draw your weapon.
How long ago was this?
This is some years ago. Let me see.
Okay.
I came back to North Carolina in 2009. So this had to be probably, so it's been 12 years, probably about 14, 15 years ago.
Oh, okay. But I'm sure you probably think now that you've grown a little and you're more mature, you probably would have handled it differently.
No, I would have handled it the same.
Not same way. Because he established that
I
he
was
was
being
innocent.
harassed, not
Right.
a legit. If it would have been legit, like if I get pulled over any other time, if the cop say, you know, I pull you over, I'm not gonna say I was speeding. And I'll be like, nah. He said you was speeding. Like, okay, I'm not gonna be mad because I know I was in the wrong.
You give me a citation.
Right.
Yeah.
So if he give me a citation, it's legit. If he pulled me over for speeding and I was speeding, it's legit. But if you pull me over for some crap, I have a problem with that. I'm a law-abiding citizen, so I have no problem being pulled over if it's legit. But I do have a problem when you profile me and pull me over. That's a difference.
It's speaking of profile in the bank in the Bank of America situation. I think Phil said he had a couple of steps. He said keep calm, choose a different bank of different company to get their service. Step 3, repeat. Step 3.
I don't think you have to choose a different bank. I wouldn't just throw the bank away just yet for that. That's one teller.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. I mean,
if it's a consistent theme, then that's different. But just one teller, I wouldn't do that. You know.
But what you think? Is this a perfect example of how something can take you to the stages: frustration, to resentment, to bitterness, to rage. It can take, and it depends on how well developed you are emotionally, where you can handle it. Because some people are not developed. And he was relatively very calm in it, and he could have easily went from 0 to 100 from unjustly being treated. But he went for. I'm pretty sure he was frustrated. I think he's frustrated. I think he stayed at that bubbling frustration level, and understanding why he stayed there. But he could easily, because he tried to breathe because he didn't want to anxiety attack, and the panic attack comes with lack of oxygen. So he said, "Can you take the thing down?" So I'm trying to breathe, trying to collect. So he was calm to keep his blood, keep stuff down. I think a lot of people, it's easier said than done, and based on the situation and where you're coming from and experiences that you have dealt with, that you would deal with things accordingly. You know, we don't know Ryan Coogler's background. He's like, this is nothing compared to what I have dealt with. So I know how to handle myself in a situation. I know how to code switch, so to speak.
And
everybody
to be fair, isn't that also true about the bank teller and the bank manager? So I think we have to give everybody the same grace.
No,
you know,
well, the bank teller, because you know they're on the line, but the bank manager, he's trained.
Well, we don't know how well. We don't know how well trained he is. He should be. He should be, but we don't know how well trained he is.
I would.
What you said, Tito?
I would like to hear her point of view of what's going on before I say she get any grace. It's like how I told about being pulled over. I was calm and respectful the whole time until the end. You gave me a lame excuse of what was going on, so I had every right to voice my opinion. Now, I wasn't like cursing and all that, but I gave him a piece of my mind because of what happened. You know, I saying it with authority. With my military background, we have a way of saying things, saying it with authority and stuff. So I would have to know, I would have to hear her point of view to even know that I say, okay, yeah, I definitely kind of see where I see where you coming from. I'm not gonna like throw the first stone, because if I don't know her point of view of where was her mind, what was her motive. If she had a legit motive, I'd be like, oh, I kind of understand. I kind of understand. You know, if she's a newbie, she just panicked. It just okay. It happens.
And I would consider on the chessboard. I would consider the teller a pawn, and I would think that the manager is the king or the queen, and they should know how to assess their board and what's coming on it. And I don't think it was assessed very wisely from the management point of view. Okay, you got his ID. You press, but it's all right that she pressed the button. That's all right. But just like what happened to you, Renee, when the cops came in, obviously it's all right. We checked him out. It's good. Okay, what Renee said, not Renee, but Phil said, yeah, she was hormonal. Well, not to be sexist. The teller was pregnant, and they showed a photo of a dude that robbed the bank months earlier. What did the cops? The cops show a picture? What?
I think he's saying somebody showed these pictures.
But she's pregnant, so that can explain. So my point is, I understand her. She's panicking. She's like, she's a pawn. She's the front line, and I got a baby coming, and I'm not taking no chances. So, Mr. Such and Such or Miss Such and Such, so can you check this out? I don't know. I don't understand about this. Oh, call the police. Or she already called the police. So that's not the question. Now, let's find out if our suspicions are valid or not before the cops get here.
Right. I agree.
Okay, well, I got the stuff. I already got the information. Let's check them out.
Yeah, and where was this again?
Georgia.
Where?
Right around your house?
Not around my house.
No, I don't know. But it's Georgia, I don't know.
Because that could have a lot to do with it too. Which environment it is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Atlanta area. Yeah,
okay,
that's true.
Because Atlanta has different. There's some areas in Atlanta where I lock my doors and roll up my windows, and there's some other areas where I'm a little. So even Atlanta has some highs and some lows. So there are some areas, huh?
Every place does.
Right, exactly. So that would have a lot to do with also,
Yeah, but I mean, she's pregnant, so that could heighten her sense of fear.
Yeah, aren't pregnant women sometimes more emotional or something?
Hormonal.
Oh yeah.
And the neurochemicals in the hormones affects the amygdala, and so I get it affects the state of being. So to her credit, she didn't say, she called the manager. So the manager should have better foresight.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah,
exactly.
Anything that the manager probably lost their job. I don't know if the manager lost their job or not.
I don't think he should. I think he just, like Tito said, he would just need more training. This is an opportunity for the bank to use this. Like, okay, if things like this happen, here is the proper protocol. Yeah, it's just a teaching moment. That's all.
Yeah, but just like Atlanta, I think just like Atlanta's like North Carolina is a fire wheel state.
No, it's not.
Really, it's not. North Carolina is.
You mean a right to work state? I'm sorry. That's what you meant, right? Oh, okay. When you said fire, I thought you meant fire. I thought you were talking about shooting. I thought you were talking about guns. It is a right to work state. Yeah,
they can right to fire non-unionized states.
Yeah, it's a right, but they don't say right to fire. But it is a right to work.
That'd be politically incorrect. But yeah. So, but they can say, you know what? We decided, Renee. We decided to go another way.
Okay, fine. I don't think they did. Well, I don't know. I don't think they should do that. To me, I just think it's a training moment. That's all. Teaching moment.
No, but I think a lot of times people say, "Yeah, we're going to train somebody else," because it could. You don't know. It could have been the last drop. Okay, what Phil said. Phil said the event happened in Atlanta. You are right. The manager should have de-escalated. Yeah, and Tito said the same thing. The manager
Yeah.
should have de-escalated, and because that's the part of being the manager. He was
Right.
not managing clients. He managed the environment and managed situations.
Hey, I was always taught the customer was always right. If he was a bank robber, he was a customer at the time. He was right.
That's right.
Well, well, I
I
say
was joking on that part, but
Yeah.
but the customer
Yeah.
was in the right.
And here's another teachable part of it. No matter who, because Tyler Perry had a similar incident to some degree to this. Don't assume people know who you are. Assume they don't know who you are and act accordingly.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I don't think he did assume that you know what because he was all covered up.
No, I'm just saying in general, just
Yeah. That's an over cockiness of ego.
Well,
you know who I am.
Y'all see my shirt from this day forward. Y'all know I'm Superman. So
Yeah,
there's no more
that's the baby
assumptions.
say. That's it.
It's no more assumptions.
Yeah, that's the only person saying that's the baby and the dog.
That's the only person that have to know. For real.
Yeah, she kissed your cheek. She kissed your cheek and he lick your face. That's right.
Hey. My baby proud of her, Superman.
Yeah. Okay, so let's wrap this up. So frustration, I'd say later, anger did turn on. I forgot what I titled it. Assassin. Okay, so and I wrapped it up. The interventions, environmental, relational, and cognitively. And these are different things that you can do to actually not allow your anger to soar to a height that is very difficult to come down from. Now, we all get angry sometimes, but the key is that the anger is telling us what to do. It's giving us a sign to do something, and I don't think it means shoot nobody. That's not the type of anger you want.
What about
if you
hand
don't
around the neck?
Yeah, pretty much like Phil said. The hang around there. So I think his role model was Dexter. Dexter. Phil's role model, Dexter. Yeah, sociopath. Yeah, serial killer. Carry blades around him. Carry blades around. Say, yeah, what we doing tonight? So pretty much that's as I was wrapping that up. I made your frustration, but any other suggestions about another type of video I need to do for following week before I close?
You asking us? Or you?
I'm asking.
Is that a? Oh,
How to deal with difficult people. I know this kind of tie into it because you got to deal with anger.
Just like that.
Why are you doing that like
that? Wow. I'm actually not a very difficult person at all.
When you're sober?
I'm always sober. The last time I drank alcohol was in the 1980s. Well, I'm not taking that. The last time I got drunk was in the 1980s.
You telling your age?
Oh yeah. I'm over half a century old.
Good Lord, I didn't know dinosaurs lived that long.
Hey, men are like wine. We get better with time. Well, men like me.
You are in Atlanta.
Not all men in Atlanta get better with time. Just the Jesus men. The men whose lives are around Jesus Christ get better with time. What was that? What do you mean I am in Atlanta? What was that comment about? Is that anti-Deuteronomy comment that you make there?
You trying to say he and Solomon and Gomorrah?
What is that supposed to mean?
Sounded me anymore. Well,
Oh my goodness. Anyway,
What part of Atlanta you in?
I've never lived in Atlanta. I don't live in Atlanta, and I've never lived in. I live in Georgia. I live 30 minutes outside of Atlanta.
that's
Okay,
everybody that live in Atlanta.
I used to be in the Marietta area a lot. I like it. I like that area. If I ever move there, that's the area I would move to.
Yeah, Marietta's nice. Yeah, it's nice. It's I think it's like maybe the 6th or 7th biggest city here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Marietta's nice. Yeah.
Okay, so you said how to deal with frustrated people.
Difficult people.
How to deal with difficult people.
Anything else? Give me 3 or 4.
He said 3 or 4.
I need to know that for next week so I can know how to deal with it.
Can we text you throughout the week when we have
Okay.
yeah.
You know, today is almost Thursday, so your week is limited. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that to me that's good because we're dealing with anger and stuff like that, and you teaching us how to deal with the anger portion. But what about dealing with the person that's always that? Because like, what if it's a co-worker? What if it's a family member? Someone that you gonna constantly come in contact with on a norm? How would you do that? Because you can do all the things that you say, but how do you nip that in the bud with that person? Because you can only rub somebody so many times before
That's true.
you create a wound.
That's true. How do you deal with difficult people? Anybody in the chat line that came on as y'all can put something in the chat line stating that what type of videos would you like to see coming up next week or the weeks to follow? And Tito just said how to deal with difficult people. I think my niece just popped up on here and said, "So Dominique, go ahead and put something down in the chat. Help an uncle out."
Oh, that's your niece.
Yeah, that's my niece.
Oh,
and I think my nephew. She says, "Hey, she came over twice. She probably came in fleets. I don't know, but just it popped the head in, popped the head out. But okay, so that's a good one. I'm a ponder. I'll ponder on that one.
Yeah, ponder. Don't make it final decision yet. Ponder.
Yeah. You know, I did stick them in because I was still debating between doing one on frustration, which may be connected with dealing with difficult people. Because difficult people frustrate you, don't they?
Yeah.
Or maybe we can go to the. I mean, we've been dealing with the dark side of the force. Maybe we can go to the light side of the force. How about doing one on happiness?
Happiness or joy?
All right.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's difficult people.
That made me happy.
But what about joy?
Yeah, see, that's a good topic. You can do one on difference between happiness and joy.
Sunshine and
No, that's not. No.
Joy.
Hey, Renee, you got a halo over your head. Well, you had.
You sure do.
I sure do. Look at that.
God complex.
See that anointing? Thank you, Jesus.
Man, you won't have to get me some of that stuff you got, man.
It's called shrooms. It's shrooms.
Look at that anointing right there. Look at that.
He has some of that toad.
It's positioned perfectly. Look at less anointing, more anointing.
You know, it's called God complex.
Yeah, I see. He tripped.
He keeps looking at the camera and looking at himself. Now you start levitating. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, I'm looking at yeah, I'm looking at frustrating, difficult people. That sound good. Um, oh, I had something. Oh, real quick, I probably cut this out. I just started my son back in wrestling, and and I think I talked about earlier the I was talking to another parent in wrestling, and she had twins in wrestling, and it all connected when I saw him wrestling because I saw that, and we talked about the influx of hormones and speaking with the person who was pregnant. That affects you and your fight, fright, freeze. That's the HPA axis. That's what's going haywire when you can't control yourself, but when you go off the chain or fighting all that stuff. And I think when you're dealing with adolescents, you have a extreme amount of hormones that are they're trying to stabilize, and if they don't have an outlet, that's when you start hearing terrible those teenagers. Oh, what you gonna do with them? Because a lot of things they do basic reaction because they're dealing with something that they never dealt with before. And if you don't have a proper outlet, then you're dealing with a lot of pent up frustration and hormones, adrenaline, cortisol. Everything is haywire until you start, and then I think it starts to stabilize around 14, but between 11 and 13, it's going up and down, up and down. But I seen it when he's practicing, when all the stuff comes out. When he's through, he's calm. He's calm, and demeanor is at bay. But if the last year and a half, he hadn't had that, and actually his grades have decreased too, due to that, due to the lack of activity, because the pandemic did a toll on a lot of kids, being locked up in the house playing Call of Duty or other games for the most part, and eating donuts and cookies, and no activity, and it caused a lot of depression, anxiety, which are partners. And anxiety and depression pretty much telling people that something's wrong. But what are you going to do with it? I just wanted to share it with y'all. I think that connects with just the chemical action of our emotions and how we can deal with them in a physical manner. Uh, but sometimes we just don't try. Sometimes we just think we just need some pills. It's easy to get pills to suppress it instead to deal with it. I'm talking about totally get pills. I'm not talking take the edge off it to kind of balance. I'm talking about a total forget therapy, forget talking to nobody. Just give me my Xanax. I have a client say, listen, all I need is my pills. They pretty much care less to talk to me. They just talk to me just to get the pills.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all they want. And just see me so I get my pills. They say I help, but then no, they said no, I just need my pills. Just need sign
To
on.
me, that's one of them
Encouragement.
things. It's all about the individuals because I hate meds. I hate meds with a passion, but I had to take them,
Right.
and I hate it when I first started and had to take meds. It changed my personality. My family used to call them my happy pills, and
Right.
but it's you're right. It's more to it than just the medicine. It's the therapy, and it's more to it than just the therapy. It's taking it serious and trying and exercising, using what you learn in therapy along with the meds and stuff like that. So it's one big loop,
Right.
and I kind of feel like it's the feeling now. If you're not continuing and trying to do therapy and taking it serious, you like the feeling of the medicine, kind of like what we would call a person that's a junkie or an alcoholic. It's the feeling that it gives you, not how it helps you at that point.
Right. Right. Exactly. Because I think ultimately the goal is I gotta take these pills now because I need to keep things at bay and get better.
Mm.
But I'm believing, I'm thriving, I'm working toward decreasing and eventually not taking them.
Right.
Yeah, I had a friend that had he 600 his sugar, everything was shot. He's an artist too, so he was like he cried because he couldn't see when his sugar went high, 600. He drove up to the hospital. He couldn't see, so he panicked. He drove up to the hospital. But he thought stuff like getting blurred. Well, I just wanted to take it. So see you. I'm going to go ahead. All right, and then what happens that he said, the doctor, you're gonna take these pills for the rest of your life. He said the devil is alive. The boy was at the gym, Planet Fitness, running 5 miles. He said grape soda and strawberry donut was his treat all the time. And so that's his blood sugar. But he said now he went from 2 pills to half of diabetic. So pretty much is nothing. So he beat his goal was to get better, and he got better.
Yeah.
He got, but I think everybody should have a goal to become better with themselves. The gut health message, everything works together. All things should work together for the good, but we don't do right.
Well, it goes back to the part of making the decision and exercising what you was taught. Dealing with a therapist, hey, I want you to try this and do this. Him dealing with diabetes, hey, he listened to the doctor, hey, I want you to try this and do this. These are the things that you have to do. And he wanted to. And that's how he improved. Because he could have threw in the towel and say, I just have to take this medicine the rest of my life.
Right. That's true. Yeah, that's true. All right, I just want to get that side note. So, all right, people. So, I'm looking to the dealing with difficult people and frustration and see what I can come up with, and we be out. All right.
All right, and happiness. You don't forget that one. Renee wants you to do one on happiness.
And joy. Happiness and joy.
Happy and cannabis. What?
HJJ.
CBD.
No, HJJ.
LSD.
No, HJJ. Happiness, joy, and Jesus.
Okay.
Do it on that.
Jesus juice. That's what Michael gave him.
Okay.
Journeymen and journeywomen.
All right, I gotta get up in the next few hours.
All right.
You said 2 hours.
In the next few hours, 5 o'clock to be here before I knew it.
Good grief, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
When you get up before?
I had to do an hour commute. So.
Renee, you get up before. Why you tripping?
Oh yeah, that's true.
He probably don't even realize he get up at 4.
Hey, I just get up and get to work. I don't even look at. Well, sometimes I do. No, I do look at the clock. But yeah, okay. Journeymen and journeywomen.
All right.
Journeymen.
All right, y'all have a good night.
In the theme music. All right.
Now, where's your cup full of moonshine?
Oh, I got a jug.
You got a jug. Got that apple pie going on. All right, I'm signing off.
Avengers Assemble.
Hey, journeymen, journeywomen, this is the Hero Journey with Dr. D. So glad you came. You came, you joined, you participated. This has been a mighty plum-pleasing pleasure, as my friend Les Brown would say. Plum-pleasing pleasure to actually speak with you all and engage with individuals in the crowd around. Let me click this thing off. So if you find any value in this content, I want you to go ahead and help me help you so we can help others by clicking subscribe, commenting. I'm trying to click this thing off. Come on now, get away, get away. All right, here we go. Thank you for joining with me. Thank you for joining with me, and I do appreciate you coming out and sharing with me. The ones came on live, the ones that are looking this on replay. And if you find any value in this content, go ahead and help me. Go ahead and help me help you so we can help others by clicking subscribe, giving me a thumbs up, commenting and sharing. Because when you do that, what you do is you help me make it better tomorrow, today. So if you can look up to your left and your right, you should see I have a lot more material. I have a click for the feature video as well as videos prior with some playlists, purpose driven, and one we're dealing with emotions. And I think you will get a lot from that. And also you can click down below and you hit my podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google Cast, and check that out. You can listen while you drive to work. But also, if you need a little bit more, you also can click on my website, theheroseeks.org, and schedule a session with me so I can help you get beyond your first move. However, if you do not remember anything else from this broadcast tonight, I would like and love for you to always remember this. Every day you get a vertical, make it your goal in life to always move forward and never move back. And this is Peace and Blessing. This is the Hero's Journey with Dr. D, and we are out. Dr. D going out, cutting the line.